Hey guys, one of my New Year's resolutions is I want to get into the Word more intentionally every day. Not to study or to like look for things, but to just be in it and allow the Lord to speak in whatever He wants, like kind of to remove the agenda entirely. Because a lot of times I'm like voraciously digging and looking and pulling apart, and I don't know that I'm going to stop that entirely, but I just wanted to have a more loose handle on what's going to happen when I open this thing and look at it, read it, let it read me. And then I also just wanted to just, if anything stuck out, throw it on here and just have it be like a daily thing where I just kind of share a little bit of my thoughts as I'm going through this with you guys. So I'm starting in Mark this year. So I read Mark 1 and I came across a verse, Mark 1:40, that says, "And a leper came to him," talking about Jesus, "imploring him and kneeling said to him, if you will, you can make me clean. Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand and touched him and said to him, I will, be clean. And immediately the leprosy left him and he was made clean." The first time this story ever stuck out to me, and for the rest of my life, this little random leper in Mark is going to talk or stick out to me because I was probably 18, 19 when this happened. I was at a college group in Portland, and the preacher was just systematically going through the Bible, and we were at Mark 1, and he stopped at this verse and read it, and then he stopped reading the Bible and just started preaching about God's desire to heal us. And not just that he wants to, not just that he can, but that he would. And it was the first time I'd ever heard someone in ministry speak with confidence, with authority, with faith that God was going to do something. Not just that he could or that he was able to, but that he would. And then while this guy was preaching, something happened to me and I couldn't hear him anymore. And I don't know how to describe it. Faith just started rising up inside of me in a way I'd never experienced before. And all of a sudden I knew that anything was possible. It wasn't something I made happen. I didn't like trick myself anywhere. It wasn't a mental process. Like something happened and all of a sudden I was aware that anything could happen. Something changed. And then we took communion at the end of his message, and I was so struck by what he had said about this. This was the first time that I encountered God, like ever in my life. I don't mean like I had an emotional experience. I don't mean that I was praying. I mean, he came to me and something happened to me. I changed on an energetic level. Like the frequency that I was used to vibing at became different after this moment. So there's just a lot of rich history in this verse here for me, and I didn't mean to start here, but anyway, I just wanted to throw out on here for you guys, especially those of you who have been in the Christian world for a while and you're used to miracles and healing and prophecy, and that's just part of your culture. There can be this negative side effect to being in that kind of environment where if you don't get the breakthrough that you're looking for, if you're still dealing with a certain ailment or issue that you were expecting and hoping that for God to heal or change, and it hasn't happened yet, it can get kind of old after a while. And you're like, yeah, that's great. People keep getting healed, and we want to not get offended. We want to be able to celebrate the breakthrough of others and all of that. And we do, but sometimes it can get to the place where you feel jaded and over it. And you don't want to have to talk about healing. And sometimes we just like shove that under the rug and we accept, we tolerate that God heals people, but we don't actually believe it anymore because we haven't gotten our breakthrough yet. And this almost even feels like cliche, like I'm beating a dead horse, especially here at Bethel. But I just wanted to throw this out as fresh encouragement to you guys. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's the same. And he's also new. His mercies are new every morning. He is different than you think. And you might have 40 years, you might have 41 years of history and proof and experience that says otherwise. That God isn't going to show up, that he isn't going to come through, that thing won't change. And I'd like to encourage you, implore you today to trade up on that belief. Because this isn't based on your body or your emotional state or your history or your life or whatever. Reality is actually based on him, on who he is and what he's like. And his nature is that he's our healer. He's our provider. He's good. And whatever hasn't happened yet, I want that to just kind of take a back seat and for this fresh consideration and openness to The invitation that God is brand new and he's ancient and the same forever. The miracles that he's released, the people that he's transformed, they are not different than you. He's not different than that God. He's still that guy. And his heart is the same. His invasion is the same. And so I'd like to just encourage you guys to give up on the jaded, painful resentment and bitterness thing of holding on to the thing that just hasn't changed. Maybe just let it go for a little bit. I don't mean pretend like it's not happening. I mean, let go of the fact that it hasn't changed yet. Just let it go and revel in the nature of who this person is. Like, get lost in his compassion and the beauty and the sparkliness of Jesus. He's different than we think. And today could be different. I know that you could have all the years and all the history and all the record, but today could be different because his mercies are brand new. Today has never happened before. Today could be your day. And not just for that victory, that breakthrough, whatever. I mean, in whatever God wants to do, whatever that is, it's available today. And I'm not saying you need to go get it. I'm saying you could open yourself up to the possibility of it getting you. So anyway, this has gotten way longer than I want it to be already. I'm hoping for these to be much shorter than this, but bless you guys on this January 2nd, 2018. God is brand new. Let him be that and join him, won't you?